Hello YouTube, this is Bash. Bringing you here for another draft analysis here, draft recap here. This is for a league known as UNL. If you guys don't remember, I was actually in the D League for this a while back, which was the UUNL, which we lost in the championships for. But we got promoted to UNL, and we're looking to make an imprint on the season. Maybe draft some really fun things to use, and hopefully pull out a bunch of dubs this season. And first off, make playoffs, and then from there, we'll go try to win a championship. So at this point in the draft, I pretty much had uh, I believe I was like mid to late pick kind of thing. I believe was I? Yeah, I think so. I was like mid to late pick. But this mon was around for my pick at least, and ooh, sorry if my throat is bothering me. I'm currently going through some sickness thing, I guess, which is kind of annoying, but we're just gonna get over it, kind of thing. Let me just write something down. Get a drink of water quick before I get started. But we do actually. I decided to go draft this one because of its versatility. This is in order to I feel like I want to kind of use very unique sets. I kind of wanted to have versatility in this draft, and I feel like with this mod, it's a great starting point. Of course, because it is the most versatile mod in the format, and that is Mew. Now, Mew brings a lot of things here. Utility. Let me see if I remember. I don't remember if I remember all the nicknames from these, but we're just gonna go with it anyway. Mew here, who was actually gonna be Z captain. Mew is is so good in draft league format. Because of the amount of versatility it has. It has a base 100 stats across the board, and so much coverage and utility moves. It could be a good stall break. It could fit any role on a team. It could be a breaker. It could be a setup sweeper. It could be a stall breaker. It could be just fat on fat. It could be a huge wall. It can do a lot of different stuff. It could be a utility pass. It could be baton pass. It could give us some momentum. It gets defog, stealth rocks, a bunch of stuff. Which is why I kind of went with this pick. I felt like it paired very well with some of the other stuff I wanted to grab later on. So Mew is just absolutely fantastic. And sorry if my voice sounds really low. It's just because I'm, as I said before, kind of sick. But next, with our next pick, we end up because we had the wheel pick, so we ended up grabbing Garchomp with the wheel pick. Now Garchomp, I love using Garchomp, and we're gonna call this, I believe it was the Land Shark. I'll let you know if I change the nicknames later on, I guess. Well, in the match, next week in the matches. But Garchomp is a monster. It gives me another Stealth Rocker first off. So I already have 2 Hazard Setters and a Hazard Remover right off the bat. I have great setup, and this is also a Z user here. Now, Garchomp is a very good physical attacker. Base 130 attack. It gets ways to set up in sword stance kind of stuff. Z Sandstorm's a thing too to boost speed, because there's no other way to boost speed really on Garchomp unless you want to run a Scarf kind of thing or Agility Pass into it, which I don't remember if it was banned or not, or like Speed Pass. So this thing hits hard, and it's a really good wall actually too. Base 108 HP, pretty solid HP stat there. Along with the fact that with the rough skin, it could be such an annoying mod to actually try to hit. It can get that extra damage off that it needs to put things in range of other moves, other mods and other moves. This thing, Sword Stance, as I talked about, Stealth Rocks, talked about Earthquake, Outrage, Stealth Rocks, Dragon Tail, Roar, bunch of other stuff. Ooh. And it's just a overall good mod. I used to this mod really well back in UPC season 2, I believe, with that Lugia team, which was so sick. Garchomp was one of my kill leaders on that team. They would just put in so much work. So the picks go around, and I'm looking through some of the stuff. I don't know what I really want to grab at this point. I'm just gonna see what's kind of left when I get there. And this mod happened to fall to me. Third round. Oh jeez, I don't know how this fell to me, but we end up grabbing Mega Mall. Wow. Harvey Dent is here in the building with huge power. Oh my gosh, this thing is the hardest thing to switch into in draft league format. That's not an Uber kind of thing. This thing hits so hard. It gets good priority. It gets priority in Sucker Punch, which it's most known for. And it hits really hard with Playoff, Iron Head, Knockoff. It can set up in Sword Stance. Gets another Stealth Rocker there, so that's another Stealth Rocker there. So I'm not really worried about not Stealth Rocks getting Stealth Rocks up, because I already have 3 of the picks already. My first 3 picks already have Stealth Rocks, so I'm not really entirely worried about that. This thing also gets weird utility like Super Fang. I believe it does it get Pain Split. I think it gets Pain Split as well. Yeah, Pain Split. It gets cool coverage moves like Ice Punch, Fire. Does it get Fire Punch? No, it doesn't get Fire Punch. It gets Thunder Punch though. It gets counter stuff like that, Stockpile, which could be really cool. Punishment. So this thing's a fun mod to use, to be honest. I can't wait to use it. Okay. Now with this, I believe. Okay, so coming up with this real pick, I ended up deciding to grab my bulky water per se. The reason I did this is because of the fact that I felt like a lot of the bulky waters are already getting taken. Suicune got taken, Milotic got taken, stuff like that. And I felt like this would be very nice to fill with the team because I need a bulky water for ice types, fire types that right now Garchomp and Megamala. So I'm gonna grab Vaporeon, which is an old favorite kind of thing. I haven't used it recently that often, just because of the fact that I've always stuck to liking like mons like Jellicent, Milotic, and things like Suicune, those kind of walls instead of Vaporeon here. But Vaporeon gives good utility as well, and it gives me a Heal Beller, which is really nice in case some of these mons get status. Also gives me momentum, which I kind of liked as well. So slow baton pass out into Mega Mawile, Garchomp, Mew, which is very nice, I think, for the team. So then coming to our next pick, I decided to grab some more thickness here. We're gonna grab some more thick mons here. I believe at this point I end up grabbing. Snorlax. Snorlax has a lot of good things going for it. It's a thick, fat, gluttony, and immunity. All 3 abilities are very good. And this HP stat with Spadef makes it so difficult to break down. And thinking about it this way, this thing brings in fighting types, right? Mega Mawile destroys fighting types, and so does Mew. So I kind of like that with that kind of synergy as well. And Mega Mawile is not knockoff weak as well, which Snorlax doesn't like being knocked off. So unless it's like leftovers, if it's Apple Berry, it doesn't like being knocked off. So this thing loves the curse. It gets Rowan, Body Slam, Return, Earthquake, Belly Drum, all these kind of stuff in it with it. Snorlax is such a cool, thick mod to use. I think it's gonna add a lot to our core at least for this season. Now with this pick, I end up grabbing this next pick. I ended up grabbing Away for speed control. I wanted a faster mon, but I also wanted speed control, and that mon is Ribombee. Now, Ribombee gives me sticky webs, yes, that's one of the reasons why I grabbed it, but it also gives me a good speed tier. It gives me another fairy type. I think I like having the double fairies with Megamala and Ribombee because they don't really function the same way at all. And I love having a Quiver Dance user, meaning I can boost speed to win games like that way. This also gives me momentum, Gives me utility and sticky webs, roost. Gives me setup and quiver dance. And it's just a good fast mod. It gives me aromatherapy. It gets me some decent coverage moves, although it's not the best to be honest. But it works, and I've used Ribombi really well in the past, and I'm hoping to do it again. So that's what the first part of the team looks like. Let's see, should I add it this way or no? We're gonna go into the next section. So that's about so that's about half the team there. So we're just gonna go into the second row here at this point. Now, based off this team setting right now, I kind of was looking at grabbing my dark type now. And the dark type I wanted, which becomes very obvious once I say this, was a Marm with Parting Shot. Now, Parting Shot is very good for things like Mega Ball Wow, Garchomp, Snorlax, Mew, Ribombi, and that is Alolan Persian. I love Alolan Persian. Getting Parting Shots off into Mars like Mega Ball Wow and Garchomp allows me to come in and Ribombi to come in a lot more freer and gives me a momentum and allows me a chance to set up with them, or including Mew as well. This thing gets good utility and taunt, knock off, foul play, fake out. It gets amnesia for some reason. It gets also gets roar. It gets cool moves like nasty plot as well. It gets really weird coverage moves, which I kind of like about that. It doesn't hit hard, but that's not really what's meant to be. It's more for utility for this team, and that's kind of why it fits on this team pretty well, I'd say. And the fact that Parting Shot plus Psychic Immunity. But I did not actually make this mod Caesar. And kind of the reason why is because I didn't have enough Z points because I wanted to make Mew and Garchomp Z users. Second of all, I felt like some of the other mod I'm going to make as user that actually fit the budget was better, and I'd rather have Garchomp and Mew technically, Garchomp or Mew as a user over the Alolan Persian. So, I believe at this point in the draft, I decided to go a very unique way in this. Um, I decided to grab a kind of almost a low tier weather per se. At this point in the draft, I decided to grab a low tier weather kind of thing, and I'm gonna grab. We're gonna grab Torkoal here. Now, Torkoal is a really interesting mod. It gives me hazard removal, which my team isn't the best at hazard removal. I got Mew right now, Defog, Ribombi with Defog, and now I got Torkoal with Rapid Spin, which is pretty good. But I really wanted more hazard removal, to be honest. Ribombi doesn't really count as hazard removal. Mew, I don't want to be pushed into a hazard removal set every week. So, we got Torkoal here. Oh, I forgot to nickname the mods. What am I doing? Oh, no. Vaporeon's Oxygen. This is what happens when you're recording while sick. We got Thick here. J Bombi. And then we got Garfield. And then we got Franklin. So Torkoal is very good with what it does to do. It's a very slow mod, so I'm not really worried. So I'm not really worried about people using Trick Room against me. This thing hits kind of hard with Drought, especially with Solar Beam. So with Drought, with the Solar Beam, it's really nice to hit water type, bulky water types that usually want to switch into this. This thing also gets Shell Smash, which is really cool. But I really wanted it for the fact that it gets Drought and Rapid Spin and being a fire type. And plus it gives me another rocker, which I already have plenty of, but I want more. It doesn't hurt to get more, so yeah, that's kind of the direction I was going with Torkoal. So going into our next pick, I wanted to grab more speed. I wanted to grab another Defogger. I wanted, this thing's another rocker as well, but I kind of was looking more for the speed and the flying type as well at this point in the draft. And I wanted a Defogger, another Defogger, and that is Aerodactyl here. I believe it's Pterodactyl. Now, Pterodactyl, I spelled that that way just because of the silent P. But Pterodactyl is very interesting. It's not bulky at all. It's fast. It has good utility. It doesn't hit hard. It's not really meant to hit hard. It's not. That's not the point of it. It's supposed to be that good utility, and it's supposed to be fast. That's kind of what it does. It does not hit hard. Even with a base 105 attack, it doesn't hit too hard. Um, it doesn't really get good stat with flying. I guess like Sky Attack is nice and Fly, but like those are 2-turn moves. And Stone Edge is really good coverage for rock types, but like for like a rock stab at least. But flight stab is just not good. The best two guys like Sky Drop and Wing Attack and stuff like that. But other in the aerial ace, but it does get interesting moves like the Fang. It gets the elemental fangs. Um, it gets like things like Steel Wing, Giant Claw, Earthquake, which is nice to hit those steel types. And what it really want is like the fact that it gets Taunt, Stealth Rocks, Defog, gets Roost, um, gets Roar, which is really nice, and Whirlwind, Toxic, stuff like that. That I kind of really like on that on this mod. It's not gonna. It's really here for utility on this team and the speed. So that's kind of what I was looking at for Aerodactyl. And it gives me another switch in because now that I have Drought on my team, I wanted another resist to fire types. Um, so I have the Garchomp, I have the Vaporeon, I have Thick with Thick Fat, Torkoal, and Aerodactyl. So that's kind of helps with that fire weakness, and it gives me this thing is able to do with the fire types that want and ground types that want to deal with Mega Mawile with both resist and immunity to them. So that's really nice as well. So heading into our next pick, we end up grabbing our electric type here. Now, this is just to fit in some speed tiers in between like Rybombi and Garchomp. It gives me a good momentum mod. It gives me interesting coverage moves that could be really nice in the Drought, which is Zebstrika. Zebstrika is really an interesting point mod per se. It gets like things like Overheat and Flame Charge, which is really cool. It hits really hard with Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, Wild Charge, Low Kick. It hits harder from the physical side than the special side, but I think it just on this team it feels kind of weird and interesting, but I think it'll work. It's one of the mods I was a little unsure about because like I don't know if you remember, but from WPO, Zebstrika fit on the team very well. It did very well when I brought it before I ended up dropping it. But Zebstrika on this team just feels really weird. It gives me electric immunity, which is nice for Aerodactyl. Gives me another electric immunity, which is nice for Vaporeon and Aerodactyl. And it takes some pressure off of Garchomp for being the electric answer. But still, it feels a little weird. And it gives me a grass immunity as well, which is nice for Vaporeon as well. But yeah, that's what we're going with Zebstrika here. Today, yeah, okay. Now with our next pick, I decided I couldn't wait anymore. I'm gonna grab my Sun Sweeper here. In my opinion, the better Sun Sweeper in Victory Bell. Oh, can't even spell it correct. Let's go. Victory Bell. Victory Bell is a very fantastic mod. I love this mod over. I'd rather take this over Venusaur every day of the week, and it's less expensive too as well, which is really nice. This thing hits really hard with like things like Weather Ball. It can hit from both the physical and special side. It gets priority Sucker Punch as well, which is really cool. It gets Knockoff, Weather Ball, Poison Jab, Giga Drain kind of thing, Solar Beam, Power Whip. It hits really hard. It gets cool utility as well with Strength Sap, which is really, I think any mon that has Strength Sap is just that much better when it has it. It's always a tech that can always be bring to use. I also get like Sword Stance in this. Growth is always nice with this. Just Leech Life, those kind of things, which is really nice for to deal with some of my opponent's mons. Zebstrika is Tempest, I believe. And in Victory Bell is Poison Ivy. So yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at here. Victory Bell is an amazing mod. Hopefully, you can pull out some dubs with it this season and get some sweeps with this, or even break tees with it. Um, I've actually drafted Victory Bell without even a Sunsetter. In the couple weeks I brought it, it literally broke teams, which is very interesting to note. So it's not a league I uploaded, but it's a league that I was in a while back. So, and then for our last pick, at this point, you're probably noticing I am missing something on my team. It's my opinion. It's kind of obvious, but yeah, we are missing our fighting type. So we're gonna grab Big Boy Hariyama, who has Thick Fat, by the way, which is nice. Thick Fat, as I said, Snorlax and Hariyama now have Thick Fat. Deals with the fire types and ice types that Garchomp and Mega Mile get pressured by, as well as the Drought. This thing can also hit hard. With Guts, it forces opponents to not really to maybe consider twice about bringing T-Spice against me. And Sheer Force alone hits it really hard too. This thing gets Ball Punch and priority, which is really nice, and it hits so hard. It has so much HP investment, HP too. So we got a very HP invested team in both Vaporeon, Snorlax, and Hariyama here. Hariyama is just a thick boy. I forget what I named Hariyama. Was it Sumo? It might have been. I will see when we get into the matches, but when we start bringing things to matches, because I don't remember um, what I decided when I picked out the nicknames, but we'll figure it out. But this thing hits really hard. It's good in Trick Room, which is nice because I do have a Mew for setting up Trick Room. I believe does it write Bounty on Trick Room or no? I don't remember. So it doesn't. Okay. Well, that's fine though. You can set up Trick Room for Hariyama and make a ball out of sweep, which is really nice for my team at least. So that's the team for this season. Oh, I forgot to mention that Victory Bell is our final Z user here at this point. So hopefully we pull out this dub this season. I believe we're against JS Hab next week for first week 1. You'll see that upload go up next week. I'm gonna decide when this upload schedule is for this, but it's definitely gonna be once. Well, we'll see when the upload schedule is for this. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, Bash out.